She loved little children and was very popular among her students. People still remember her as a kind person. I would now request Dr. Rosy Sharma to kindly take forward the proceedings. Before that, I would like to introduce Rosy Sharma to you all. Dr. Rosy Sharma is an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Tezpur University. She has published more than 40 research papers in the leading international journals and conference proceedings and is a program committee member of several international conferences. In addition, she has written a technical book on data mining. She is actively involved in various research projects and is currently working on cancer diagnosis and prediction uses artificial intelligence. Her interests pervade into the artistic areas of dance and literature.
Suggest कि those who are aspiring to join the armed forces, this is a very good services, both for men as well as for women. Okay. Next is FCAT. FCAT is nothing. When you finish your graduation, the Air Force conducts a test. You have to clear. These are all written exam. Third is, if you are doing meteorology. Meteorology is what branch? Can you tell me? Botora diye nai. Radio thunile. Guwahati aji hondia hoyto borokhun diar sombhavona ase. Koi nai nokoi. So that is a meteorological branch. So those are the people who normally met পঢ়ি যায়. So when you do a flying, weather গম পাব আজি if you see visibility to 10 kilometers মানে 10 kilometer লৈকে চাব পৰা, clouds একো নাই, so it is sky is clear है ना 10 kilometers. ইয়াত যদি cloud থাকে কেতিয়া hey you find that thunderstorms are there, it starts raining, so at that time if you fly it is difficult for you because thunderstorm of ভিতৰত কি you find lot of ice particles are there. It's a very big ice particle. So if you enter that, you will meet with an accident. So it is a meteorological branch. So whoever other people, they normally tell you, if you go from here, let's say Tezpur to Guwahati, you will find this weather. There may be rainfall, there may be a clouding. Guwahati may be having, a thunderstorm. So they tell you, as per that you plan your sortie. Garit gole ba bikeot gole ba cycleot gole, you also plan na ki rasta ase na, etu poka rasta hoy ne ki hoy. Pani bottle loi jabo lage, khua loi jabo lage. So in the same way we also plan it. Air Force on a lighter side I will say, takeoff is not mandatory, but landing is mandatory. Ebar jodi tumi orija, you have to come back. So you should know the base where you are, whether the weather is okay or not. Otherwise, you will make it an accident. Okay, there is not a single mistake. You make one mistake and you are gone. Then you have an NCC special entry. So anytime you finish your 10th, you have till 10th here, right? So when you go to 11th, 12th, any college you go, if you find NCC, please enroll yourself. Army, Navy, Air Force, kiba NCC ole. Okay? You are getting me? National Cadet Corps, hunisa ne tumaloke? So juntu college hote tumaloke joa, if you find NCC, just go and join. Parade hikabo tumaloko, firing korabo, camp korabo, so you learn those things. To me, the NCC entry hoy, there are two certificates, B certificate and C certificate. C certificate holder hole, artate A grade, B grade hoy, minimum B grade pale. To me, the defense hole jam boli baba Army by Air Force. If you are an Air Force NCC, that Air Force, nole Army. So you can go directly and give SSB. Mane to me, written exam dibole tite dorkar nai. এতিয়া যে NDA UPSC FCAT কৈ আছিল এইবিলাকত সব রিটেন এক্সাম আছে, রিটেন ক্লিয়ার কৰিলে তুমি ইন্টারভিউ কাৰণে যাব লাগিব। কিন্তু NCC যদি তুমি C সার্টিফিকেট লৈ লোৱা, if you take the C certificate in NCC, you don't have to go through all this written exam. You can straight away go for the interview. Clear? So my only thing is that whenever you go for any college, wherever there is an NCC, just go and join. Whether it's an Army, Navy, Air Force, it does not matter. It will help you. Okay. Then there are types of commission. Commissioning mane school or college you have permanent teachers, then you have casual teachers, you are aware of that. Same way, Air Force also have got permanent commission and short service commission. Short service commission is nothing but they can work till 14 years. Initially 5 years, when you join they give you, তাৰপিছতে it is extended to 5 years depending upon your performance. তুমি যদি ভালদৰে কৰি আছা 5 বছৰ কাৰণে তুমি জয়েন কৰি you can go for 5. আকৌ 14 years of পিছত if you are very good you will be given a permanent commission. So there are two types of entry, permanent and commission. So now what I'll do is I'll tell you if you want to join the flying branch to what all is your requirement. You can join as a technical branch, means if you do your engineering you can join as a technician. And ground duties means if someone doesn't want to go for let's say engineering graduation arts lobo khuje, so they also have a chance to join. Okay, with your flying branch, when you want to join flying branch you have to have maths and physics in 12th. Just remember that. In our times, even if you take arts, you can join. But nowadays, if you want to join a flying branch, you have to take physics and maths in 11th and 12th. Okay? So whoever is planning to join as a flying pilot to fly a fighter aircraft or a transport or a helicopter, they have to do maths and physics in 11th and 12th. Clear? And age is very less, 16 and a half, between 19 and a half you can join and you appear for NDA and you can join. Otherwise you have to do graduation. Graduation also with physics and maths should be there in 10+2. That is true CDS. NCC special entry, if you are an NCC cadet, if you have air wing NCC to tinta ase, Navy, Army and air wing. So if a air wing NCC, then you can join this. Okay. Then FCAT, but there also you have to have minimum 50% marks in 12th, both maths and physics. Clear? And graduation you should have 60%. So tolke ito monot rakhibo lagibo je flying branch fighter pilot hobo hole you have to have physics and maths in 11th 12th. Ba tumi jodi graduation o kora kintu FCAT diu humabo khuja, then 50% minimum you require in physics and maths. And graduation should be 60%. Clear? This is for your flying branch. But to be the technical branch mane ki all these technicians, ama aircraft behala thik koribo lage, you required someone has to thik koribo lage, then you have a communication, lot of things, like you have a mobile, we have an Air Force mobile also, we can talk to each other. Okay, and that's free of cost, we can send photos, but it is very secure. In the same way, we have got lot of equipments. Aircraft we have missile systems are there, surface to air, the way missile fires and also there are technicians, technical officers who work for it. Obviously you have to have an engineering degree kori, and you can straight away appear for FCAT. Or if you are in college, they come to college also to recruit you. That is called a technical entry stream. Taprao you can go, and then once you clear, you go for SSB kori play. And then you can join the Air Force as a technical officer. So the last, I'll come for the ground duties officers. Someone doesn't want to take science, maths and physics, or doesn't want to become an engineer. So Air Force has got a few jobs for them also. For example, if Dr. Rosy would have wanted to join Air Force, and if she would have an AS, she would have been able to straight away join as a education officer. We have education officer also. And in the education officer, around 80% are females. Let me tell you also that. So in the education, what you have to do, in ground duties, you have lot of, like you have a fighter controller, you have a ATC, like you, police point on Manwata dekha na, you see a police who controls, ki kore, police point on police te ki control kore? Traffic control kore, right? In the same way, air traffic controller is nothing but, this is a traffic controller, jitu police hai, or jitu air or aeroplane control kore, he is called a air traffic controller. Clear? So that also you can join. But of course, he does not stand there. He sits on an AC remote with lot of gadgets and all, and scope because the aircraft can't see his hand, no? Can he see him? Okay. Then you have logistics also, administration. Administration mane you will have someone who looks after lot of things. Your grass and all is cut or not. You know, people are working, they're coming in time. Khua, mess bilag ase. Someone have to run the mess. Like your school also, there's someone comes and cleans. So there will be someone, some teacher or someone who is looking after the cleanliness of the school. Kunba sign asai. So they are called all administration. Jiblak admin John. To yato ase, accounts ase, kunba jadi BCom korise. To after BCom he can join. FCAT exam dile, SSB clear kole, medical so you can join. ठीक है सर, med. So these are the basically तुम्हार branches. Kabar jodi yar pisoto kiba, you know, you have any queries, you can just raise your hand and you tell me. I'll stop and explain you, because if you don't understand now, it is jodi tumi buji poa nai, purely jodi clear one hai, then it is of no use coming over here and spending so much time. And by the way, Saturday is a holiday for me, okay? So get up early in the morning, make it a point. Anyone who rises early, I tell you today, if you 5 o'clock, if you get anyone who rises regularly, you will definitely will join a very good service. If you have to do any homework or anything, you will never be late to school. Clear? If you can get earlier than 5 o'clock also, it's better, but I'll say ki 5 o'clock is a okay time. Especially in place like Assam, 5 o'clock it's a broad daylight. Next is, you'll have you read your local and national newspapers. How many of you read newspapers? Raise your hand. Okay. You read news in your mobile? I suggest, if you can afford, please get one local and one national daily newspaper. Something like Times of India and Assam Tribune or something. And you should be able to read from the first page to the last page. Okay? Clear? Last page you will have all the sports and all there. And the first page you will have all the politics. So you should be able to know. Next is, if any concept is not there, go to the YouTube. If you don't know about anything, go to YouTube. There are a lot of videos are there. You can ask him. Okay, let's say what is the electricity. If you go to the YouTube, it will explain you. So it is a very bad, anything which is taught to you in school. If you can't make out, please go and then do it. Ambition, you need to have an ambition. If you don't have an ambition, you are a dead man. Okay. Why? Because all this ambitious man has invented so many things out here. Mental fitness, keep yourself mentally fit. Storybooks, I hope you are reading storybooks or something besides your books, or you don't have time. Please read. Okay. Now, little bit about, you know, what all traits you need to have. You should cultivate it. You should try hard. Something like a leadership. Leadership is very, very important. It is most of the, you know, you're not being able to speak clearly. Why you are able to not speak clearly? Either you're not used to it, or you're not very clear about what you have done. Please tell me what you have done. It should be able to tell you automatically. Self-confidence is very important. Most of you are not speaking because you think because you're not confident about you. Self-confidence is very important. Moyo, it is not that I have been able to speak you so clearly in one go. Okay, it is when the first time also when I went to the stage, more bhori copy thake. Most of the time, more bhori copy. When I'm not very clear about something, it is a normal thing because I am a human being. Emotions ahi jai man hormone. We cry, we lie because we have emotions, right? Computer cry say no kore. So self-confidence hobole bahut joruri hai. Second thing is you talk about patience. Amak sob bostu ekeloge lage. We want it straight away. To me, it takes 2-3 years to bear fruits depending upon how. Some takes around 10 years, but still people wait for that. Hekini patience hua joruri hai. Third is discipline. Discipline is very, very important in man. Etu noy ki teacher ase karone ma kotha nako. Yato he dujon he kotha pati ase yate. Ki kotha pati ase ma nazano. So this is called self-discipline. Self-discipline horut jol ete ei kotha na pate tak jodi duitak moi thiyo kore thoi diu hai na, because it is punishment. So your discipline should be self-discipline. Ki kunba mano nai bole moi baire tu pelai dilu, mano thakile bole teacher e saise tat goi dhuniya ke no. Self-discipline is something jete kuneu na thake tumi nije nije koribo lagibo. It should be ingrained in you, it should be inside you. Clear? Communication is very important. If I am telling you something to me, buji puana, it is no point coming here. That is called communication. When I ask you something, you are not being able to respond. It becomes difficult. Communication bahut zaruri hai. If you have a problem, you are going to the teacher, you are going to tell him. You are supposed to tell what is your problem, so that I understand and I find a solution for that. Integrity mane ki hai? Anyone? Very important thing. মিছা যাতে নকয়, এক্সামত কপি কৰে না, এইবিলাকত লিখি মেলি আহে, এইবিলাক কেতিয়াও নকৰিবা. Never do this. In the long run, you are the loser. It is a short term. Okay? It is you are reacting. Jolly চাই মেলি you হেৰি কৰে. Never copy. Fail হলে একো নহয়. You know, late president Abdul Kalam Azad, he could not join Air Force. You know that? He came to SSB. He could not join Air Force. He was said you are not fit for Air Force. But he went to become the what? President? President is a supreme commander. He controls all Air Force. But I can't become a president today, right? So it is that way. Integrity hobo bahut zaruri hai. Misa ketiyao nokoba. You don't steal anything. Stealing means it is anything. Whether ghoro problem maya paisa di dile, you parsa pa ulai dile. It is rastat jodi paisa pori ase, everyone will pick it up, right? If today I go and if I find ki it's 1,000 rupees lying on the road, I'll pick it up. But if it is told ki it belongs to Dr. Rosy, then should I return it to her or keep it? Heito homat hoy. If you know it belongs to your friend, heito homat tumi rakhiba na return koriba, that is more important. So integrity hua bahut zaruri hoy. Next is responsibility. Responsible ki hai? Madam e kiba classot koile gutei kita jate homework disu, just finish it off and mock di dibi. You are made responsible for this. He said, yeah, madam pet bikhaise moi ghor le gusi golo, because you know you can't make it, so you are not responsible. Responsibility hua bahut zaruri hai. Next is optimism. If you fail 7 times, no problem. But if you don't get up at 8th time, means you are a dead man. Not rakhiba this. You fail 8 times, there is no problem. If you don't get up at 9 times, means you are as good as that man. You find someone, hey, moi nuaro. He's already lost. There is nothing in this world nuaro. If you see people have started running, kiman ultra marathon kore, 80 kilometers, 160 kilometers. They are the people like us. If you cut the vein, red blood will come out. The blue ba oji color thodi hai. Is the blood is some different color? No, no. They are also red. Chote amar nisna ke khaye. Okay. Passion hua bahut zaruri hai. Kishan passion. Football khelle sabai lagi thake. Few guys all ka class hote, you will find ki kiba the artist hoy, they keep running. So passion hua bahut zaruri hai. And last is resilience. Mane eri nahi diya. You keep running. Yada basically I'll just tell you 2 things. Eta hoy aptitude aru eta hoy attitude. Aptitude mane some students may be very good in art. Some students may be very good in speaking. So that is an aptitude. Kintu ki hoy? He does not want to do any art. So his attitude is not okay. Kaun hai attitude dekho aise? Kaun hai tonke? Yes or no? So attitude to ki hoy? He lagi thake. Even if he does not know what to do art and all, jodi he lagi thake, he will be. So if you tell me to select a student who is good in attitude or who is good in aptitude, I will take a guy who is good in attitude. Because any student who is good in aptitude but he is not very good in attitude, he is going to be a problem for you. Duita thakile nothing like. If a guy is good in aptitude and attitude, nothing like it. That is the best thing. But if someone is good in aptitude but bad in attitude, moi tak kiteo no lo. But if someone is bad in aptitude but good in attitude, I'll always take him. Because I know I can mold him. Whatever I say, he is going to learn it. Okay. So these are basically some of the traits you need to have. Little bit of experiences like all school and different. Like in Sainik school, how many of you wash your own clothes? I'll ask your parents. Don't tell lie. If you tell lie, you know how it is. How many wash your own clothes? Okay, good. Very bad. When we were there in class 6, we used to wash our own clothes. Till now, a lot of things I wash on my own. Your parents, you should help your parents. So from tomorrow onwards, okay, you should wash your own clothes. Basi dawa kapur na horu. Start with your whatever you shirt, trouser, baki kini you start socks duba, rumal duba and you all. Okay? Yes or no? Wash your own clothes from tomorrow onwards. How many of you make your own bed? I think something wrong with these students, or it is everywhere, all schools. Okay, make your own bed. When you get up early in the morning, you make your own bed. You know you have done something in the morning. If you can get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, wash everything, then these are the two things. We used to make our own bed. I mean, Dr. Rafiqul is here only. It's class 6 we used to wash our own clothes. Jiti ami Pune goislu, NDA, National Defence Academy. So we used to, tate bahut punishment bahut there. It is a normal thing, just to make you toughen up. Someone who is weak, suppose push-ups korale, pull-ups korale, if they make you 10, if you can't do it, you do the whole day. So we used to get so much of angry ki iman punishment kyo this is like a homework day. Suppose if your handwriting is not okay, if your teacher gives you, okay, write the same thing for 2-3 pages, you should write it. Because the teacher intention to ki hoise to improve your handwriting, not to punish you. So tate kya we are given a bicycle because our places are very far. Ami jot thaku and then we go for PT, it is around 2 kilometers, classes is another 1 kilometers. So we are given a cycle. But most of the time, I cycle to kandor uthai guri furu. So if you see some war movies and all, India kotha only half of the time, 80% of the time, cycle khan moya uthai guri furu. Instead of this cycle putting me on the top. Then there is a famous Sinagar fort bulikoy, Singard bulikoy. Tanaji, you know, Shivaji's general asile. Tumalage aibar goi play, just find out, Google it. So there is a famous fort there. Sinagar Fort. It was taken up by Mughals. So his general, he went and he occupied that. So that is around almost 10 kilometers one way from NDA where we stay. So people used to come there for picnic. Or ami Sunday bahirot jabo nidi. So ami he pithu buli koi na pithit dekisa na eblake pithit loi pele je soldier blake dore je. So we have that pithu and we have to run all the way and back and we are given 5 hours. If you can't make it within 5 hours, we will have to repeat it again. Given 100 rupees, they returned me back 73 rupees. So I say my son in a lighter side, he was born with a cesarean for 26 rupees. So this is the facilities which they give it to you. Okay. So I have finished mota whatever I could tell you, but there are few last things which I will going to tell you is, this is everyone does it and you need to do it. One is you need to help the needy. When I say help the needy means, you go, you find you have 10 rupees in your pocket, you want to buy an ice cream which cost you around 10 rupees. But you find some poor beggar who is actually genuinely poor. You can make out someone begging out there or someone poor. Easy begging because he is a poor or he doesn't want to work, that's why he's found a lighter way, a better way to garner his resources and all. So here too, you should help the needy. Tomorrow you may have your classmates also who may be from not all background. So if you feel sometimes you should share. Second is in a class, everyone is not strong. You should not make groupism and bully the weak guy. Tomorrow everyone is not physically fit. So at this stage, growing stage, someone may be very weak. You should make friends. Your classmates, even the juniors. Junior ok sobe PTO pare. Hai na? Senior and junior ok sobe PTO pare. You should not do that. That is not you are not a courageous. Okay? You are a coward. Clear now. Your school, your schoolmates. After 30-40 years from now, you might find he is a world champion boxer, and that time he can just give you one blow, you blow you out, but he may not do it. Ekane bully ketia koribo nalage. Third is এখন মানে তামুল চামুল বহুত খাই থুপ ইফালে ইফালে পেলাই ৰাস্তাত গলে বোলে খিকিখন খুলিলে স্পিডিং ডোন্ট ডু দ্যাট why I am telling you because you are a future, you are the future generation for us. Tumalke jodi if you can ensure ki tumi if you don't do it yourself, at least one guy is a guy who is not doing it. So that is one thing. Second thing is the use of plastics. Whenever you go, please carry a bag. Plastics use no koriba. Single use plastic bond kori dise, but I believe there is some micron plastic still in use. Don't use it. Jote hoja, carry a bag along. Tree. How many of you do gardening? How many have planted a tree? Every birthday you should plant one tree. Yes or no? ঘৰত যদি জেগা আছে নাথাকিলে ফ্লাৱাৰ টাব এটা লৈ every birthday you put it and you nourish it. এইটো নহয় কি first birthday by your 15th birthday you put one and 16th birthday এইটো plant মৰি গ'ল and you're putting a new one. No. যিটো লগাইছা যিমান তাৰ life expectancy আছে it should go till then. Okay. Start doing it from now onwards. And you need to donate, like help the needy, donate. And lastly, I hope you all pray to God. Yes or no? Whichever is your God, you should all pray. He is there who will give you everything. Clear? So as far as your normal speech, I think I've taken enough time. Normally a class timing is not more than 30 minutes and we didn't have this audio visual. So it becomes difficult for me because this is the first time I'm taking in this and I hope it is okay. And I would like to hear some questions from you. Anything. A logor kita hi jodi kiba ulta pulta jikunu hudile pasat boi tak dom ni diba ba naha hiba. Let him ask. Nuhudile means there is something wrong with you. You ask me anything. Okay. Acha, moi man heri diya pisa. How many of you want to join now armed forces? Yes or no? Only okay. I will put the other way. How many of you don't want to join armed forces? Okay, that means most of you. Okay. Kiba Asiji Huda, I'm here for your questions. We have got some publicity materials. We'll just distribute. Okay, I have got a few publicity materials. Soboke dibo nori, but few of you na. Okay. Motivation. Motivation. तुम्हारे इन्हें तुम्हें की कोरी भाल को? की बात है तो कोरी भाल को? हुई भाल लगे? How do you motivate yourself to keep studying? Motivation, how do you do is first thing you need to have an aim. I don't have for everyone. See, motivation first thing is first you need to find out what you want to do in your life. Suppose you want to be a boxer, you want to be a football player. Second is you need to get up at 5 o'clock every day. You refresh yourself and and then third, 2-3 of your friends, like-minded people. Suppose studies I was not very good in maths. India maths they're very good in maths. So Sunday we just come, sit down. It's a concept. So Sunday bohilo. Guru banks are able to Egalman Corona excited Lika Kagos Maths competition, maths or episode Every bundle to car, so that is how you keep yourself motivated. Then you should have some hero in your life. Winston Churchill, when a cricketer hole Kohli, whichever is there. You need to have a hero in your life. Ki kore, you follow him. Read about him. Keneke korise, keneke korane. Find out. And then you work for it. Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of institutions which they tell you about how to clear your exams. If you can clear your written exams, then they will tell you how you can clear your SSB, that is Service Selection Board. So I think in Guwahati it is there, Tezpur it is not there. So there you can go, they tell you how to do the public speaking, how to do the written exam, written words, a lot of things are there. So it is, coaching is there definitely in Guwahati. But for the first, before that you need to clear your exam. Okay. And how to clear your exam also, the coaching institute which will tell you also. All question papers you have, you need to, solve question papers, read it down that way. Okay. Let me hear something from the girls out here. Huh? Tell the joint people no kuja nahi. Or you think you are not capable enough? Ki hoy question? এতিয়া মোৰ নিচিনা মানুহ এটা যদি ইমান সৰু ঠাইৰ পৰা আহি কৰিব পাৰে, মোৰ তাতো আই হেভ এ লেডি অফিচাৰ আজি আনিব নোৱাৰিলোঁ বিকজ she had a baby 1 year old, কালি অলপমান জ্বৰ হৈ গ'ল. Otherwise she is an engineering officer last 9 years. And if you see her, you will say ki yaar তোমালোকৰ লগত বহাই দিলে she will be of dekha your age. So it is nothing like that. You have to have self confidence that tomar hetu hobo. You can do it. There's nothing in this world you can't do it. Okay. Aru kiba karba ne hoi gol. Say again. Let's not talk about something. Tu Google and maile pai jaba. That's a. Etu format I will not say that. है ना? ठीक है sir. তুমি এনে মোক পাছত লগ কৰি লবা আইল তেলি. When you say okay, ইয়াৰ পিছত আহি যাব. চলো anyway, কারো যদি question নাই, it was nice talking to you all, and it's a privilege, especially in such a solemn occasion, and to meet you all guys. Can youngsters, or whenever you meet your youngsters, you also feel you're young. Okay, it is your mind and your heart. If you tell your mind you are not old, your body will feel you are not old. Okay, and if you keep telling your mind ki I have become old, you will start feeling you old. So you have to control your mind and your heart. Clear? So it was nice talking to you all, and all the best for your future. And I'll tell you one thing. If you have the passion, you have the motivation, and if you feel, if you have that never give up attitude, you'll definitely join whichever job you want to do, or whichever, especially armed forces. I'll tell you, it is a very good force. You can join, it is not difficult. Yeah, and it is just that you have to keep in, you have to keep doing everything again and again. You have to motivate. Okay? So thank you everyone. I will just see if laptop is working. I will show you some clips of how the Su-30 does aerobatics.
Thank you, Captain Sahoo. So thank you so much for your motivational speech. It's encouraging. It has encouraged me, in fact, and I hope the students will take back a lot from here. Just now I was talking to your principal, Mr. Jimmy Gorthab, and do you know what he said? You all should take note of it, because at 64 years, he plays football. Yesterday, maybe a few days back, so he refereed the football match. So you understand that if he is this, with such energy, then why is the energy absent from you all? Question mark. And then another thing. Captain Sahoo has said many things about how to conduct, how to get confidence, how to be motivated. But on top of that, public speaking is very important. Okay, you might be thinking that how come we all speak so well, but nothing. Just stand in front of the mirror from every day from today. Okay, stand in front of the mirror, to take your shoulders down, look in the eye of your own image, okay, and start speaking anything under the sun. As simple as, I see my hair, I don't think I'm looking good, for the girls. For the boys, I think I need a bit more of muscles. है ना? I should stand even straighter. My hair is, I think I need a haircut. As simple as those, but try to just speak out. Just speak to yourself. And one day you will be standing out here. Our times we were not that smart. Okay? So we are protected. Something a bit different we were all in our young and kids. So, and then what happened, my sir, my dance teacher, he said, you are supposed to dance in front of a mirror before coming to the stage. So I had a mirror, okay, and at home we all have, okay, and somehow I made it in such a way, it's not weird, I'm not from a very rich family, so it was a smaller mirror. Okay, so but my mother, she made it in such a way that I was reflected out there. I started dancing and finally when I was on stage, I did not see the audience. When you are on stage, because at this moment I am speaking, I know what I'm going to speak. You don't know. Do you know next moment what I am going to speak? You all don't know. So who should be confident, you or me? Understood? Because you are speaking. When you are speaking, you should be confident. The other person doesn't know. You are doing an exam. It's you who have studied. You have done an experiment. It's you who has done it. You are thinking about something. It's you who has thought about that entire thing. Those who are feeling a bit tired and hot at the back, you all just come front. There is shade out here. So just, as I say that, I also know you all will be thinking that how to go, everybody will look at me. Some of you might be feeling, I'm feeling hot, I should be out in front. But then you are not standing up, thinking that others are going to see me and think that, she's going. Nobody has that time. It's high time you understand people have time only for themselves. In the long run, we all lose thinking about what people are going to think. So what you are going to do every day? Go in front of the mirror and talk. Anything under the sun. Anything. About the sun, about the moon, anything. But you are going to talk. Okay? Whatever is your language. Another thing I observed, that is when Captain Sahoo asked, how many of you wash your clothes? You all are pampered. You understand? Your parents are loving you so much that they don't even allow you to wash your clothes, or it's the other way around, I don't know. So how are you going to repay that? Are you getting my point? You have been pampered, but from today, you are going to wash a bit of clothes, you are going to do that. And studies you cannot neglect. Coming to mobiles. I'll come to mobiles next. Because we all are in a generation, maybe our generation has given that blessing or a bane to the future generations. Mobile, which we don't use as much as the future generations who did not build it, do it. Are you getting my point? So newspapers is more important than going through news on the mobile. And another thing is, we all, at night, all of us, we close our doors and windows, everything. Don't we do that? Security is very important. But what about the security that has been lapsed on your mobiles? There's an intruder out there who can get through everything that you are doing. It's as simple as a click, as simple as a click. And everything that you're doing, the front camera is being hacked, the camera at the back is being hacked. Everything that you are doing in your personal room can be viewed by someone. So where is the security? So if you always are, that mobile net is on, you are always at a risk. So you should know how to, you don't keep on eating, no? Do you keep on eating? Biryani, acha laga, do you keep on eating and eating and eating? You know when to stop. Similarly, you should also have some time when you should stop. And how many of us go to the library? You have a library at school? Do you have? So do you take books from there and study? That's a good practice and that should be continued. You learn from books much more than what you learn from small snippets in the over the web. It's much better, and of course, whenever you want to learn new concepts, you are supposed to take help of your teachers, even on YouTube. Because we have, because I being an educationist, I have seen many, those videos about some concepts which are totally wrong. So you should be very careful of which particular website you are watching. As simple as a concept of, buoyancy. Okay, buoyancy, I hope you all know. Means, okay, it's a concept of physics. So, or else, let's say the laws of motion, that much has been taught. Okay, so now you have to be careful of which website you are going through. It's very important, and it's always important to take the advice of a superior person. Means your parents, your teachers. Okay, so you have teachers out here. So you can take the help of them. So from which websites are we going to see educational videos? Okay? Next thing is confidence. Confidence comes from within. When you pray, all of you said that we pray. When you pray, you are supposed to think that I am going to do it. No external force is going to come and do your job. Will somebody come and give your exam that is to be held? Who's going to write that exam? You. So when you pray, you should pray that I determine. You have to pray like that. I determine that I will do well. I determine I will do this. I determine I will, and I will not settle for the second best. You have to always aim for the moon. It's something that I read in school. You have to aim for the moon, only then, even if you fall back, you will fall on the stars. Aim for the sun. Aim for the sun, you fall back to the moon or the stars. Are you getting my point, what I'm saying? Take the toughest goal. Your life will already be set. Okay? So that should be very important for all of you. That I should take the toughest step. And joining armed forces, it is guided by a strong urge plus a total love of your motherland. Just coming and going is not enough. I have seen my brother, okay, he's my cousin, but we are almost from a joint family, so he's like my own brother. So he's quite junior to Captain Sahoo. He's a colonel now, but he's in armed forces. So he used to get up at night and used to, like that. He's dreaming. That was the type of enthusiasm that he had. And we all thought that, okay, and he was the single child, and nobody from our family went into armed forces. And my chachu and chacha used to, say, my God, my only single child is going there. He will go only. He went off to Sainik school. He is totally determined. But confidence plays an important role. Again, what happened was he was totally determined, but when he sat for his NDA, he got cold feet. Do you know what cold feet is? So what is it? You said you know. Do you know what is cold feet? Speak up. It might be wrong. What's the big deal? Koba? White mask. You are the one who she said yes. You want to say? Okay. Fine. Means he got so nervous. Okay, he got so nervous he forgot his name. Okay, he forgot his name, and that was the beginning of, after that everything follows. Finally, he was asking his friends, what is my name? What is my name? Okay, then somebody said, hey, you are Bhavtosh, yeah? Then he wrote his name, but then everything started from there. And he came out and he cried. He said that I got so nervous, I couldn't do anything out there. And that chance went off. He joined BSc Physics and all. And finally, he went into CTS, that Captain Sahoo has already said. I have seen him going through tremendous pressure, personal, professional, and standing straight, never bowing down. That's what armed forces do to you. I'm getting my point now. So if you it will make you a different type of a person. But again, I said, lot of enthusiasm, lot of love for your motherland will drive you to during those training days. Training days में बहुत लोग भाग के आ जाते हैं. So that love and the strong desire to perform will keep you going. And for the others, please take out the most challenging goal that you can find. Take out the most challenging, whatever. You think that I want to be a scientist. You think that I want to be a journalist like Teresa ma'am out here. I want to be a top ranking journalist. You take something, and you always aim for the sun. I always tell you, only then you will get the sun, or else you might fall a bit, and still you will be with the stars. Okay? And as far as, I'm from computer science and engineering, so those who are interested, of course, I'll ask if you can come and meet me, what to do, how to make it into a career, and anything, any type of problems that your friends might go through, you should keep your eyes open. At that time, we didn't have MRIs or 3D CT scans. So finally, or 3D X-rays. So then what happened was, after a few days, I was given some steroid injection in the bone, and then I was up and I was, as usual, my days went off. And then I became totally into my studies. I left dance. So those things usually happen because your main focus becomes your studies. So later on, when I was in an engineering college, at that time I used to dance. I didn't tell back home that I'm dancing, and then I was dancing out there. Nothing happened. After I have a son who was 1 year back then. When he was 1 year, now he's in class 1. So at that time, suddenly one day I couldn't move my legs. Okay, I had paralysis lower down. I'm standing here. So I had paralysis in my legs and I couldn't move. So finally, that day my husband, he had to take me, we did an MRI. Luckily I was in Jorhat at that time. At that time, Tezpur didn't have MRI machines. So when that day we got to know that my spine, I have a fracture. Okay, and half of that, one of the discs was coming out because it was not holding. There are some bones which hold the spine. So those small bones, I had a fracture. So finally, the doctor told me, don't walk much. You are not allowed to walk fast. You are not allowed to walk more than 1 kilometer. I said, and dance? Then he said, forget dancing. So I broke down at that time. I was not dancing at the time with a kid and all. But anyways, that I felt that once my kid becomes bigger, I'll dance. I'll come back to this field. And then I was told I can't even walk. So always I had this lumbar belt, and I used to, from one place, for exam duties, I couldn't, you all know when you give your exams, your teacher moves around with papers, right? Because you are given papers, extra sheet. I couldn't do that. As simple a job as that. I used to sit there. We have other invigilators who used to help me out. So finally, during COVID was bane for many of us. But for me, you have to find out positivity in a very bad situation as well. Every situation, every problem that you face is actually, you should take it as a challenge. Because that will actually make you a better person. So COVID was, the whole world went into lockdown while I came out of my house. I felt one day while I was praying that I determined that I will walk. I will become a normal person. I cannot let this, I cannot take defeat. In one word. Slowly I started working. Slowly I started jogging. I kept on losing weight. And slowly one day, after 19 years, I finally took back to stage. So I hope you understand that with determination, the doctors told me that I should not. And I challenged that as well. Of course, doctors were there. I went to Guwahati. In between, I took some physiotherapy because you cannot always just go on willpower by neglecting the doctor's advice. Then the doctors, after physiotherapy, they said that you should know where to stop. I do quite vigorous cardio, Zumba, we all do all those things. Teresa Bai also does it, okay? But you should know when to stop and when not to let the situation get over you. So never be defeated by a situation. Always find out ways. There have been so many cooks during COVID time. So many people earning. YouTube is, exploding with the number of videos that is being uploaded. So many people are earning as simple as eating different, God knows what type of food, and uploading on that. And they're earning because people are clicking onto that. Tomorrow you might think that let me do all the work, experiments that your ma'am science teacher is giving you. I'll do it very simply and I'll take a video upload. You can make a YouTube channel and you will see the number of likes and the subscribes as it goes on. You will slowly start earning money. As simply, we have small kids doing that. So take any challenge and face it head on. Okay. So with that, thank you so much for listening to me.
Good morning. To present today's vote of thanks, I would like to begin with thanking Mr. Jimmy Gothar, Principal, Emmanuel Christian School, for allowing us to host today's event and for being a part of it. To Dr. Rosy Sharma for moderating the session, and to Group Captain Ranjib Sahoo for speaking at the 6th Zamira Begum Rahman Memorial Lecture 2022. It was a privilege to hear you speak. And finally, to the students of the school for being present here today and being such attentive listeners, and to the teachers and the school staff for being so accommodative and making this a memorable day for all of us. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tamara.
Yeah, before we conclude this program today, from the school, from the staff, and all the students of the school, I would like to thank Teresa Rahman, husband, Group Captain Ranjib Sahoo, Dr. Rosy, for coming here and spending a beautiful time with us, especially on this beautiful occasion. Thank you very, very much. And please, students, stand up and let's give a big hand for all of them. Yeah. Yeah, come on, all of you. Yeah. Thank you so much.
With that, we come to an end of this beautiful memorial lecture, and thank you so much.